Hey guys, it's Mr. Thibodeau here, just coming at you with the multiple unit multipliers. I don't think this is too hard. The book may confuse it a little bit, but I think you guys can figure this out pretty easily. So remember, essentially it's just multiple steps, and you can do it in separate steps if that makes your life easier, okay? So if I have to do, I'll just go ahead, I'm going to jump straight to some of these practice set for you, okay? So for the practice set, we'll do A. So 5 yards to inches. Well, we could do a number of steps. We could do all together, or we could figure out how many inches are in a single yard and go from there, right? So there is 12 inches for 1 foot, and there's 3 feet for 1 yard, okay? So I can go ahead and I could do 12 times 3 to get my answer for 1 yard, and then I just multiply that by 5, right? So it'd be 12 times 3 times 5, okay? Which this is different than the book wrote it, right? The book used fractions. You don't have to do it that way if you don't want to. The fractions really don't. It's essentially 12 times 0.62 times 3.78, okay? You don't have to put it in the fraction. It's whatever's going to make more sense to you. So 36 times 5. I'm going to break this up because it's easier for me. 6 times 5 equals 30. And then 30 times 5 equals 150. So 180 inches. Okay. Over on B, 1.5 hours to seconds. So there is 60 seconds to a minute. So now I have 2 options, okay? I could figure out how many minutes in an hour, which is another 60, and then multiply that by 1.5. What I'm going to do instead, though, is I'm actually going to go backwards from here because I know time pretty well, and I know 1.5 hours is really just 90 minutes. Okay, so this makes more sense to me, doing 90 times 60 to figure it out, okay? So in this case, instead of going all in one direction, taking seconds to minutes and figuring out how many minutes in an hour, I went backwards from the hours to get my minutes and then multiplied that by my seconds, okay? And then you'd find your answer. I'll just leave it set up for you. I'm not going to solve it. For C, we have 15 yards squared to square feet, okay? So this one's actually only one step. You're just, again, figuring out how many, there's 3 feet for every yard. So it's just 15 times 3. And then make sure you say yards squared. The cubic yards might be confusing. That's just yards cubed. So 270 divided by 3 because you're going backwards to figure out your yards cubed. Okay, I think you guys can figure the rest out. If you have questions, let me know. Have a good one, my dudes. Oh, sorry, the written practice you might want to know is going to be 23 through 30 all. Sorry, 22 through 30 all. All right, guys, have a good one.